Good morning, friends. Let me thank my very good friend, the former president of FICCI, a good entrepreneur, and more importantly, a good human being, for inviting me for this very interesting program. As it always said, that everybody gets a time to prove himself. It is India's time, which is just around the corner. If we play our cards well, we could truly emerge as a leader. And there, I have prepared a plan for a $5 trillion economy, which will happen by 2025, maybe 26 at most. When we'll grow, and we are now almost close to 8% of GDP growth, 7.6% in the last quarter. At this rate of growth itself will be there automatically. Trade will play a very important role. At least 20% of GDP we must get from exports, both services and merchandise, so $1 trillion of exports. We already prepared a plan for $100 billion in the next few years maximum, already prepared, and we are working on it. This protectionism is an issue which as I said, I'll deal in a later program. I'll come to our topic, maybe if you ask me, is something to do with which will actually make this happen, but which has also some connecting dots which are possible in this, and that's aviation. India is growing this month again by almost 20% in aviation. And we'll be recording the highest continuous growth in the aviation in the next few years. We have to create infrastructure on the ground for flying to be successful. And commensurate with this huge growth, we have to have the airports. And airports by definition means it has to be somewhere on the ground. You cannot land in between at 10,000 feet, I am going to land now. It is not possible. Means we have to have land. Actually, this is going to be one of the biggest challenges for India because we are only 2.2% of the land of the world. How do you technology has to play a key role. And this is what I am telling my colleagues in the aviation ministry. Plan, take into consideration this, how to get technology into it. And for this, maybe in the next few months, we are organizing the first kind of an event in which all stakeholders globally will be present. There have been global events wherein airports participate separately, airlines participate separately, manufacturers of classes separately, but the first time all of them will come together. So our plan with their participation will really be helpful for us to actually move it on. Now the challenge of course is to train manpower. So we are actually working on a skilling program and we are trying to do that. And this is a one sector in which we need very highly sophisticated pilots and engineers, but also we need even downstream, even small little even helpers and running the ground operations, we need people of a different kind. So there is an opportunity for all kinds of jobs to be created in this sector. So I think this is a great possibility and we are working on it. I am saying this because aviation will be one sector which could be a sector where we can say we'll play a real, genuine leadership role in the world for the next few years. While India will emerge, and I'm sure it is already, we are almost on the path to do that, but in aviation, we'll have a great potential to grow, and this is because of domestic market, and as I said, everybody wants to be a passenger, traveler. But if you create this facility, they're there. So the latent demand is so huge that it will really going to happen. So the Udan scheme, many others, and we are launching quite a few other things, which I don't want to get into today. But there is a tremendous potential for this sector to grow. And therefore to speak about it from this platform was the right thing to do because it's a center for leadership. And this is one sector where we'll play a very key role in the years to come. But thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. My real, once again, tribute to great Suresh Prabhu. I hope he keeps inspiring us like he has done in the past. I really look forward to that. One thing about when Gujarat Ambuja was being set up, if my memory is right, it was one of the great achievement, great feat to do that. I think one of the used to say is that I can, right, or something like this. I can, no? Because that is very important. Every employee felt, yes, I can. I think what we need to do in India is this spirit. That yes, I will and I can. I can, therefore I will. I can. That's my potential. And I will is my duty. So if we can do that, I think we'll really be there. Inculcate that spirit. The inspiration again comes from the great experiment of making Gujarat Ambuja a very successful venture under Suresh Prabhu's leadership. I think let's all take that pledge that I can. So we need 1,000 planes, and we don't want to just keep importing them. So I'm separately preparing a plan for manufacturing of these planes in India. Today, India is a part of a global supply chain in auto components. So when we start manufacturing aircrafts in India, unlike in a vehicle, and I saw it myself when I went to France recently, only just 2-3 weeks back, an aircraft has millions of parts inside. I was shocked. I mean, that's why what is seen from outside is not true. You have to go inside to understand. Millions of parts. And then I was asking them, where do you get all these parts? Because as you know, and this is the CII program, so many of you are taking the decision day-to-day basis. We always we have to take a call to make or buy in any industry. If you make on your shop floor, this is what is a necessary investment. What is it? You buy, you can ready-made buy, and this is of course the challenge is because how do you conform to quality, etc., etc. But these millions of parts are sourced from somewhere. So if we start manufacturing aircraft in India, and why they should manufacture? Is India the biggest market? We are going to buy many aircraft than any other country. And I'll tell you, these are only passenger aircraft. So this is something which we are working on. In fact, I have set up under me, and there are secretaries of almost all other departments and some junior ministers are my members. We are trying to make this policy for this. And I already told Boeing as well as other manufacturers, including Airbus, to prepare their plan how they will manufacture in India. Technology for all aspects of aviation is necessary. So we are preparing a completely new idea, DG Yatra. It will be the moment you enter, from your facial expression, everything will be properly caught. And the entire journey right to the aircraft will be completely seamless. Only once that facial expression is taken, and then you go through. This is something which we are actually testing. Yesterday, the day before I was in Hyderabad, where I also saw this. Of course, it's not fully commissioned, but but we'll launch it maybe hopefully in the next few months itself. This is a very high-ended deal. But it is one part of technology. Making airports, using less land, bringing in runway heights, runway length, how do you make sure that it happens? Many of these things we'll have to actually work on and try to work in a manner. So this 2035 plan will incorporate all of this. Then there are some new ideas which have come up in the recent times. For example, drones. There's nothing like drones in the past. The drone itself is going to be $1 trillion market. And to manufacture drones is a great opportunity because we have a lot more advantage. Nobody is making, we can do this. So that again, I am separately preparing a completely integrated plan for making of drones in India. I am saying all this is because this great potential. Aviation will create millions of jobs. What is the strength of Dubai? One airport, of course, airport has created opportunities that has upstream. They are now created biggest entertainment center. Earlier we used to say Alsmeer was a place which is the biggest market for flowers near Amsterdam, Alsmeer. Now Dubai is trying to become that. For diamonds we are thinking Antwerp, they want to do that. Of course they are not there, but they are trying to do that. But all of this is possible because there is an airport. So in a way, that upstream activities of making these various markets, etc., is possible because of airport, and airport also is fed by this traffic that will come from there. So it's a win-win situation. So jobs created in Dubai because of one airport, you can imagine.